everybody, and welcome to Outdoor Hotline. My name is Steve Wildman Wilson. I'm Public Affairs Coordinator for the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, and will serve as your host right here on this show this evening. We do a couple of these shows every year. If you watch often, you know we always do one about this time of year about fishing, and then we do one about hunting each fall. Well, tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. It's sort of a combination of both. We're going to be talking about next year's hunting seasons for most of this show, but before we go off there, we're going to give you a little fishing forecast and get your fever for the springtime here in Arkansas as we go fishing. You know, the Game and Fish Commission's already in the process of setting next year's hunting seasons and bag limits and other regulations. And tonight we have a few things we're already considering changing for next year. We want to know what you think about some of those proposals. These are sort of proposed proposals. You can actually let us know what you think about them in a couple of different ways. You can go to our website, agfc.com, anytime, and you can complete a little survey called Your Opinion Counts. Or you can give us a call tonight during this show to tell us what you think or ask any questions you may have about what we're thinking about doing for next year. Our phone number here, if you want to call, is 1-800-662-2386. We have a variety of wildlife officers and biologists on hand to take your calls this evening. So go ahead and start your calls if you have questions about anything dealing with hunting season or fishing. We've got biologists over there talking about that too. But before we start talking about next year's hunting season, I got a couple guys here that I want to talk with just a little bit about this past year's hunting seasons. Right here on my right is Brad Carner. He is the chief of the Wildlife Management Division for the Game and Fish Commission. And right next to him is Corey Gray, and he is the head of our deer program, the deer program coordinator for the Game and Fish Commission. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
We're already, it's fishing season. Here we are talking about hunting already, but it's kind of a year-round thing. And
it really is. Our regulation cycle goes year-round for us. Yeah.
Never stops.
Never stops.
Well, like I said, before we start talking about next year's hunting seasons, I always like to take a little time to kind of look back a little bit. Last year, maybe the last couple of years, these are the good old days, man. Last year was, talking about deer, Corey especially, two almost record deer kills the last 2 years.
Yeah, last year, 213,000, that was a record. This year, I just checked a little while ago, we're 212,960, I believe. So we need 40 more deer killed in the next 5 days.
we put a plea out there. 40 more deer all the way to
kill 40
really?
More.
We're that close to 213,000.
Oh yeah, and we'll get there. I mean, season goes out this week, I guess, the 28th.
28.
And so we're right on track. Now, the good thing about this year that we can never say we've ever done before is we've harvested more females than males. It's 107,000 does, 105,000 males. So it's not a big difference. But it wasn't too many years ago we were at a 70-30 ratio, 70% bucks, 30% does. Now we're at 50-50. So we're plowing good ground right now. And we need to keep
Corey,
this track.
Brad, wasn't that our goal? I mean, obviously for many years we talked about it here on the show. We're always killing way too much pressure on the bucks. We got way out of kilter, but we're sort of getting that herd in balance now, and that's where our goal is.
Right, that's right. And we've been making small steps a little each year, incrementally getting there. But yeah, we've are very near where we want to be, and so it's new ground for us.
You know, thinking back to as we've done these shows over the years, we've made changes, liberalized doe seasons in some areas of the state, and it always hadn't been real popular across the state because it was a change and new. But obviously, it's working because we're finally getting there, which means you can't keep it the way it is. Something's got to change every year.
Yeah, and we hope that we can do these little minor tweaks. We shouldn't make any big sweeping chops unless there's something herd health-wise. But we'll still make these little tweaks. But we hope this harvest will just kind of ebb and flow a little ways through here. But we're seeing that 2 years now back-to-back with over 200,000 being harvested. But we're in real good shape right now. I'm very pleased with hunters.
Can we continue to kill 200,000 deer every year here in Arkansas?
I think so.
Really?
You look at it, you know, a deer will eat about 10, 15 pounds a day. And we always try to get them through the spring in the good condition, because that's when you have your fawns. Well, you take those mouths off the landscape in the fall, that's 10 to 12 more pounds per individual that you're going to have out there extra for a fawn to eat or for the nursing mothers to eat. So it's a density-dependent relationship.
Okay. I know everything seems to evolve around deer, but we had other seasons going on last year. Of course, squirrel, rabbit, small game, any major things last year, pretty normal year for everybody. Rabbits, I heard we saw a lot more rabbits last year than we did. Are they psychic, or what determines that?
Yeah, I mean, they go through up and down periods. I mean, last summer seemed to notice, better than average number of rabbits during the summer. And I know this year with squirrels, we heard quite a bit from hunters that they weren't seeing as many squirrels.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Which we had a very good mass crop across a lot of the state, and so they were kind of spread out more so than they would have normally been. But overall, I think it was a good hunting season, a good duck season.
I sort of say, let's don't leave out ducks.
Right.
My best comment when people ask me how duck season was, I have a standard response you'll get from me every time when somebody asks me how was duck season this year. I say it's spotty, because no matter who you either talk to them, man, we had the best year we ever had. This guy over here said, man, it was the worst year we've had in years. But overall, we had a pretty good duck season.
We did have a good duck season. It kind of started out pretty dry. Water was kind of limited, but as conditions improved, we had a raw season overall. And I know our preliminary numbers on our duck stamp sales they were at record numbers. So we had lots of folks out there, and it seems like it was a good season.
Hey, before we leave last year's seasons and before we go to these proposals we're going to talk about tonight, turkey season, my favorite's right around the corner. We're looking at April 19th, opening day turkey. Can y'all give us a little idea of what may look like out there this spring for turkey hunters?
I would say, which I know you still got the unknown factor of what weather will be like, but harvest should be up again. We had a really good hatch in 2012, which that would mean should have more 2-year-old gobblers out there this spring, which that's what most of our harvest will be. We have a no jakes restriction now, so that only a youth is allowed to kill one jake, but an adult hunter cannot kill a jake. So with that good hatch in 2012, I expect our harvest to be up again this spring.
Good, that's fair enough. It's on the incline.
Right.
Now, these regulations we're going to be talking about tonight don't include turkey, because they're already set for this year, which season opens here in the next month, April. But what we want to do right now, we're going to sit back and we want to go through those, I think, 16 or 17 proposals. They're really kind of proposed proposals. These are not set in stone that we're going to take them to the Game and Fish Commission for a vote. Right now, we're just wanting your opinion of what you think about what we're thinking about. It's kind of a proposed proposal. We're going to go take you through each one of those right now. When we come back from that, I'll have some guys here that will kind of go through them and explain the reasoning behind the proposed proposal. So let's do that right now.
Add a doe to the firearm bag limit in deer zones 2, 3, 6, 6A, 8, 8A, and 10. Allow captive wildlife, excluding cervids, which originate within Arkansas and leave the state for less than 30 days, to re-enter the state without the need for a veterinary examination. Allow AGFC to immediately relocate captive wildlife being given improper care by rehabilitators, being kept in inhumane or in unhealthy conditions. Prohibit possession of native wildlife pets by rehabilitators except under certain conditions. Increase the raccoon hunting bag limit to unlimited for the entire season for public and private lands. Add a deer modern gun, muzzleloader, shotgun, permit hunt from November 8th through the 12th, 2014 with a 2-deer limit, 1 buck and 1 doe on Steve Wilson, Raft Creek Bottoms, WMA. Move the deer modern gun youth permit hunt to the weekend before the statewide November youth hunt, October 25th and 26th, 2014 on Steve Wilson, Raft Creek Bottoms, WMA. Make it illegal to discharge or possess fireworks on commission-owned or controlled property. Establish turkey permit hunts 3 weekends on Ed Gordon Point Remove, WMA. Establish turkey permit hunts 3 weekends on Gala Creek, WMA. Establish a 5-day muzzleloader deer permit hunt for Ed Gordon Point Remove, WMA. Change the minimum antler criteria on Lafayette County WMA from the 4-point rule to a 12-inch inside spread or 15-inch main beam rule. Move the modern gun deer hunt a week later, November 1 through the 5th, on Ed Gordon Point Remove WMA. Add Lake Greason and Howard County WMAs into the leased land permit system, requiring a leased land permit. Remove the hunter education requirement for youth hunters 6 to 15 years of age participating in WMA permit hunts. Allow the harvest of feral hogs only during the modern gun bear, deer, and elk seasons on certain WMAs. Prohibit the harvest of feral hogs at any time on certain WMAs. Close all hunting seasons from January 5th to March 31st and prohibit horses and mules from February 1st to March 31st on Harold Alexander Spring River WMA.
All righty, there you are, the proposed proposals. Now, those are just things that we're thinking about proposing. We want to know your opinion. If you have an opinion, question about any of those, we have a toll-free number for you, 800-662-2386. Give us a call. We have biologists over there. We have wildlife officers over there answering any questions you want. And even if you don't want to comment on those 17 that we have out there, you're still free to give us any ideas or opinions you have about last year's regulation, anything you maybe like to see changed or kept the same. So this is your chance. This is our statewide public meeting because in years past, we had statewide public meetings around the state, but they just really weren't very effective, especially since internet came about and all the technology. So we're going to our website now where you can give us your opinions and take a survey on there, agfc.com. I want to introduce you to the guys that were responsible for making some of these changes. We'll answer questions at the same time to talk about each one of these one-on-one. Of course, we have Brad and Corey still with us, the Wildlife Management Division guys. Also, J.P. Fairhead. He's our hog specialist, I guess you would call it, J.P. Is that
yes.
Hog specialist?
Yes, sir.
The hog man. We're going to be talking a lot about hogs. And, of course, Captain Freddie Harrod down there, been with us a number of years. He lives out in big town of Hampton, Arkansas.
Absolutely.
How long have you been with us, Freddie?
A little more than 34 years.
34 years, and by the way, you just got about a year, you're counting your days, a year and a half left?
About another year and a half.
About another year and a half, you're going to hang it up, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on with us, and we want to spend this time, like I talked about, going through each one of these proposals. But before we do that, I want to spend a little time about our ineffectiveness of public meetings. When Freddie and I started, JP, you probably weren't even born yet when we started. You know, we had public meetings around the state. We've all been involved in them. I think last year we had 10 of them around the state and invited people to come and tell us what they think. Really weren't very effective. I think you have some numbers on how many people attended those things.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a pattern over the recent years of just lower attendance. Last year we did have a total of about 200 people that total
statewide
that attended those meetings, and several of those, you know, we had more of our employees in attendance than we did public.
Yeah.
And so we see this as a way of getting better input and input from more people. So, and we're confident that this is a better route.
Well, the proof's in the pudding because we've already gotten some of this survey out there the last couple of weeks. By the way, you have to March 15th to actually take the survey online, agfc.com. And you're telling me we've already had over 5,000 people take the survey. So right there, it's already...
Yeah, as of this afternoon, we had 5,250 to be exact people that have completed the survey already.
Yeah, things change, don't they? I guess.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we tend to do things just because we've always done them that way. But I miss the public meetings. I miss seeing everybody and getting a fellowship with everybody. But at the same time, we get better input here. And so, once again, you can call us here tonight, 800-662-2386. Give us your opinion. or you can go to the website. We'd really like for you to do that, agfc.com. And the name of the survey is Your Opinion Counts. There's a banner up there, real easy to see. So a number of those ways you can tell us what you think. All right, guys, what I want to do is walk through them one by one. We're going to put them back up on the screen. We're just going to spend a few minutes on each one of them, kind of giving a little justification of why we're, I guess, recommending these proposed changes like that. So let's look at number one again, about adding that doe to the firearms bag limit up there in the northern zones. You're the deer man, Corey. You want to address that?
Yeah,
we got a lot more deer up than we had.
It's a step process. Since 2000, we have stepped this thing up. We went from harvesting no does in this part of the state to zone doe quota permits where you used to have to apply to get a doe.
Yeah.
And then we went to doe days, and then we went to 1 in the bag limit. Now we're wanting to go 2 in the bag limit.
Oh.
And it's just a progression. But we're looking at our harvest sex ratios now are about 60-40, 60% bucks, 40% does, which is far better than where we was at 90-10 there for a long time, 9% bucks, 2%
Wow.
does. So we want to get 50-50, but we also look at our age structure of our females. We want a fairly young herd. We want 60% 2.5 and younger, and then 40% 3.5 and older. And in order to do that, we need to increase the doe harvest a little bit. And we think this 1 doe bag limit will do that.
You know, looking at that progress, like you said, the progression to get to there, it's a lot better to miss on the conservative side than the liberal side, because we've had instances where we liberalize too quickly, and it takes a long time to recover from the dozen.
That herd in the Ozarks, it takes a little bit to rebound. South Arkansas, we can knock them in the head and they'll be right back the next year.
Yeah.
But North Arkansas, you've got to handle them a little bit careful. So,
Okay.
and that's, we're just stepping this thing out.
Okay, so all you folks that hunt up north, there you go. A little bit more opportunity out there to harvest a doe. So if you have an opinion about that, 800-662-2386, or go to our website, agfc.com. Hey, let's go to number 2 now, talking about captive wildlife. What is this one, Brad? Can you talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, actually number 2 and 3 are both about captive wildlife, but 2 specifically, currently for certain animals, we require individuals to have permits, whether it's an importation permit to bring them into the state or a wildlife breeder dealer permit to keep them and raise them and have
What would be an
offspring.
example? What would be an example of somebody bringing something into this?
Some cases that's recently been in the news are primates, different monkeys and
Oh,
things.
yeah, I've seen something about monkey permits.
Right, there's a state law now that has permit requirements with that. But currently, those individuals, if they have a monkey as a pet and they want to go out of state on vacation, they have to have a veterinary clearance to come back. And so this would drop that requirement. We feel that there's pretty minimal disease risk, and we that's probably an unnecessary step.
Brad,
and so
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many people's got monkeys? Is that a problem?
Evidently, there's a whole lot more than you would imagine. But.
I could think of better. Fred, have you ever run into anybody that had a monkey for a pet?
I've been very fortunate, hadn't run into
Not in
one.
Hampton, Arkansas.
Not in
But
Hampton.
evidently somebody does. Okay, going into number 3, kind of dealing with the same thing about relocating wildlife and rehabilitators.
Right, and this applies to our wildlife rehabilitators that are permitted through the Game and Fish Commission. This would allow us, if we discover that animals are being kept in inhumane or conditions, or they're unhealthy, that we would immediately be able to take those animals and find another facility to care for them.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, we got rehabilitators across the state. We just want to make sure they're taking proper care of them.
Right.
Hey, number 4 probably is more widespread than anything. I like the way this is worded. Increase the raccoon hunting bag limit to unlimited for the entire season. Let's say no limit on coons statewide.
Yes. Yes.
No matter where you're hunting, on state, private, or public.
Right.
Now, there's been a limit for coon hunters.
Yeah, for
but
hunters.
not for trappers.
Right. Trapping limit has been unlimited. For hunting, there have been 2 different bag limits, kind of a summer period and then the fall normal hunting season. And so we're considering just removing that limit.
We got plenty of coons. Hampton and South Arkansas, a lot of deer feeders up with corn, and you probably see a lot more coons than you do deer around those feeders.
Get a lot of calls. What do I do with all these coons? they're eating all my deer corn.
And now you can say, kill them all, y'all. Yeah. That's right. Okay, that's coons. Let's do number 5, talking about adding a modern gun permit to some some zones or wildlife management areas?
It's a wildlife management area. Looks like Raft Creek, Steve Wildman Wilson, Raft Creek. And really what we try to do is we have a set goal on the number of animals we want to take off on these WMAs, and we look at it by method, so we have different success rates. And we try to balance that out to ensure that we get the proper number of deer taken and also at the same time give the adequate opportunity to harvest these. And that's what this is just trying to balance what needs to be taken off versus hunter opportunity. But we're moving some dates around and hunts around.
And that's on the Steve N. Wilson Raft Creek bottoms area.
Yes.
Additional opportunity.
More opportunity, yeah.
Number 6, move the modern gun youth permit hunt. That probably affect a lot of kids out there. This is on the same area. Reasoning behind that.
Just trying to increase the youth participation on this during this hunt and trying to move it outside so more opportunity for the youth hunters.
So that way you'd have an opportunity for a kid to experience 2 youth days, one on the WMA, one on public land. Okay. Number 7, make it illegal to discharge or possess fireworks on commission.
A couple issues, which we have a lot of littering problems in our parking areas on our WMAs and at boat ramps, and you know, that's people like to go to those areas and shoot fireworks during the holidays, and also we have a fire hazard there,
sense.
Wildfire danger, and so we're trying to control that.
Well, I can imagine would it disturb the animals as well? I mean, you set off some of these fireworks.
It could, but mainly the littering aspect and the wildfire hazard.
All right. 3 weekends on, once again, a WMA, Ed Gordon Point Removed.
Right. The next 2, on Ed Gordon, we've had a restrictive turkey season there for several years. It's actually kind of the outlier. It has a more restrictive season than the surrounding zone. And what we're considering doing is establishing 3 different permit hunts there on that area. And then number 9.
I started to say it's kind of the same place, but this is the Gala Creek Wildlife Management Area
of Russellville there, and a very popular area, and we've actually had some issues there with overcrowding, and have actually had some public requests to try to control numbers there.
And you do that with permits because you can draw it.
And do there with permits.
Hey, number 10 is kind of an Ed Gordon Point Removed WMA2. Let's talk about establishing a 5-day muzzleloading deer permit hunt on Ed Gordon.
Right, and this would be a new hunt, so this would be more opportunity. As Corey said, we're trying to increase our harvest there. Need to take a new hunt, a muzzleloader hunt. We have a modern gun permit hunt there, but this would be a new permit hunt.
Fayette County WMA down in southwest Arkansas, number 11, you're talking about changing that from a 4-point rule to a minimum or main beam?
That was the only area in the state, or is the only area in the state, that has a 4-point rule. Statewide we're 3-point rule, and then this WMA had a 4-point rule. And we started looking at it, it really wasn't protecting much any additional bucks compared to the 3-point rule. An average. So what this would do is move more of a harvest into a 3.5 and older with this 12-15 rule, 12-inch inside spread, 15-inch main beam. And that would also correspond to some other WMAs that we have in that Gulf Coastal Plains, South Arkansas region. Okay,
so if you're hunting down that area, let us know what you think about it. 800-662-2386 tonight, or take the survey online, agfc.com. All these are listed along with some of these explanations. You can give us your thoughts there. We're moving on to number 12, which deals with gator in the Ed Gordon Point Removed WMA.
Yeah. The earlier topic about adding the muzzleloader hunt, by adding that other hunt, we need to move the modern gun hunt.
Too many opportunities, guys.
Yeah,
we have to shuffle them on. That's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Right.
This is the land of opportunity, the natural state, really. 13, talk about Lake Grease and Howard County WMAs.
Those 2 WMAs we've had in our WMA system for a long time. We lease the vast majority of it.
Okay.
And we have not had those WMAs in our leased land program. In other words, we've not required a leased land permit to hunt on them, but we're considering that, which would require a $40 leased land permit, would help us recoup some of our cost with leasing those properties. And if we would do that, we would drop the muzzleloader and modern gun permit hunts on those. So currently a person, if he hunted muzzleloader and modern gun there, we would drop that, then require the leased land permit, unlimited numbers.
Makes sense to me. Hey, number 14 is near and dear to my heart. I started out in hunter education. This doesn't sound too good on the surface, but remove the hunter education requirement for youth hunters 6 through 15 of age participating in WMA permit hunts. Now, at first, that doesn't sound like a good idea, but I'll listen to you, and it makes sense.
Yeah, we currently require for a youth hunter to participate and they have received their hunter ed certification in order to even apply for the permit, and we feel that that's kind of a added deterrent, kind of restricting our participation, and so we already require that those individuals be with an adult hunter.
Right, good point.
And so by dropping that requirement, that allows some of those 7-year-olds that are out there that haven't gone through hunter ed yet, but they can still participate in those permit hunts.
Kind of possible for these kids to get involved, and like you said, they're going to be supervised anyway. That's a law, so that's a good move there. I'll forgive you for it. But that's why we're doing this. That's why we're trying to explain some reasoning behind it. That makes a whole lot more sense now than just reading the headline there. All right, JP, you've been pretty quiet here. We're getting in your area. This next 3 are about hogs. 15 up there, if you want to put that up there, allow the harvest of feral hogs only during modern gun, bear, deer, and elk seasons on certain WMAs. Talk about it, JP.
Steve, what we're trying to do is we're trying to address the feral hog issue, WMA by wildlife management area by wildlife management area, and we feel our efforts are going to be best served by an efficient trapping effort. And
trapping is the key.
Trapping is the key. It's one of the most efficient methods out there. We eventually have to utilize all the methods, and hunting may be one of those at a later date, but the disturbance factor that we're finding throughout the year, because feral hogs can be taken on wildlife management areas basically about 9 months out of the year with any legal method. The populations are growing, they're expanding, and this is we feel a step in the right direction to kind of take some corrective measures to get a handle on these populations.
It's kind of a change from the way we started out, and
yes, sir. We're
good enough to know if it's not working, try something different.
We're going to try something different.
Freddie, talking about laws with hogs, I mean, there's been a lot in the news lately, and there's some, I know it's probably in the legislature. What's the current law with feral hogs now? Can you transport them, or how does that work?
In the 2013 regular session, and what Act 1104 says is it's against the law to transport live feral hogs. And basically what it means is if you catch him with a dog, if you catch him in a trap, if you catch him by hand, or whatever method you catch him, that hog has to be killed. There is an exception there that livestock and poultry has some regulations that they're currently working to get through the legislature that are specifically addressed and attached to that. But basically, you can't transport a live feral hog. Now, on our WMAs, we currently have a regulation and have had it for several years. It's against the law to possess a feral hog on our WMAs.
Dead or alive?
And dead or alive. Huh. And it's also, well, no, only alive. I mean, you can kill him, you can take him home. Yeah. Kill him, you can take him home. But the thing about it is, we want people to take them, but if they get on our WMAs like dogs and things like that, that's counterproductive to what we're trying to do.
That's what I was going to say. We're kind of making a switch here because we want people to kill them, but the most effective way is to trap them, like you said, and we've allowed people to, like if you're squirrel hunting before on the WMA, you could kill one. If you're rabbit hunting on there on WMA, but we've had a little problems, I understand, with people supposedly rabbit and squirrel hunting with hog dogs, so we're changing that. Because it's disturbing the hogs, we can't even trap them.
Well, and Steve, our regulation now currently has on our WMAs, take a hog with the aid of a dog. So, the people that are quote unquote squirrel hunting with a dog and taking hogs, that's against our regulation anyway.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to point out, that the 15, the wording there, it said allowing the harvest of hogs only during modern gun, but actually that should read firearms. If you go to our survey online, it actually says firearms, which would mean or modern gun, so it would be both of those.
Basically, we're considering a muzzleloader a modern gun there, but
Right.
Big game. In other words, if you're standing out there on a deer stand, a hog comes by, you can kill it.
Right.
But you can't go in there actually pursuing squirrels or anything and kill hogs.
Right.
I think 16 and 17 kind of the same thing. We're looking at actually one WMA up there closing the whole thing down to make trapping more effective. Is that correct?
Just for part of the year, though.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Just what is it? How long, JP?
January 5th through March 31st.
March 30th.
This is, Corey kind of alluded to it earlier, that this is the time of year when our trapping efforts should be the most effective. I got to put a caveat on that we had a bumper mass crop throughout most of the state this year. So that can complicate efforts. So, but this is the time of the year when it's cold. Critters are burning more calories trying to stay warm, and we should be a lot more easier to get these critters on bait and get them in a trap. And we're trying to catch a whole group. I mean, we're kind of changing our methods to where the most we've caught is 23.
23 at one time in a trap.
Yes.
Woo!
And that
was a rodeo.
That's one of our little records. And again, we appreciate hunters harvesting hogs, but that 23 and the majority of those maybe being sows, that's taking out a lot of pigs in one whack. And the disturbance is such a crucial factor.
It all makes sense to me, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got another comment?
A couple things. All three of those topics, 15, 16, talking about hogs on our wildlife management areas.
Yeah, not statewide.
We're not considering and don't anything to do with any changes to what people already are allowed to do to harvest and control hogs on private land.
That's a good point.
Secondly, is that we are seeking public support. We've taken the past couple years and we've encouraged people to come to our areas and help us control hogs. What we've realized, hog numbers are continuing to expand on our areas, and we realize that we have to change how we address it. And so the support we're asking for now is for them to help us to control them on surrounding private lands and then allow us to control them by trapping.
Fair enough, guys. But you know what? Enough about hunting. It's fishing season. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming in. Be sure and give us a call, 800-662-2386, or go to our website survey. It's called Your Opinion Counts, because it does. Right now, let's look at a little fishing video, and we're going to talk about fishing the rest of the hour. love seeing those kids catch fish. That's getting me in the mood to go fishing. This warmer weather, although it's a chance of snow tonight, but it won't be long before fishing season here. I want to spend the rest of the time this evening talking about fishing and give you a little fishing forecast, but let me remind you, we're still taking your calls about hunting proposals. 1-800-662-2386. I'm around with some of my goodies and the guys that's in the know when it comes to about fishing. First right here, Assistant Chief of Fisheries, Don Brader. Been around a while. Next to him, Steve Philippek, who's been around a while. Nice hat, Philippek.
There you go.
Next to him, Colton Dennis. He's our black bass biologist, the bass man. And, of course, on his right over there is, what's your name? That's Ben Batten. I'm sorry. Ben Batten with the Family and Community Fishing City Park Ponds around state. So we're going to just spend some time now talking about fishing because it's here. It's already started. Give me a fishing report. I'm hearing the crappie are biting.
You're right.
They're not going to tell you.
Oh yeah, we will.
Okay.
Yeah, they are biting. I mean, it's that time of year. We've got this little cold front that came in. Everybody don't get turned off or anything from that. Warmth will come back to Arkansas, and it is crappie season.
Yeah.
And it's also trout season. I went Sunday with my two for that.
Really? Trout season's always in because water temperatures don't affect them. Hey, before we get too much in that, we've been talking about rules and regulations tonight with hunting seasons coming up. And a lot of people ask me, well, when do you have the public meetings for fishing season? Or there's no fishing seasons, but fishing regulations kind of different time format, isn't it? How does that work?
We're on a little bit different. It's a yearly, a 12-month from January 1 through December, calendar year, yeah. And we take April, put their proposals out, much like we just heard from Wildlife Management. And then in June, July, and August, our commission takes a look at those. They approve them in August, and then when the guidebooks come out the following January, then that's when you complete the cycle.
Okay. But as always, people are welcome to give their opinions all year round, email, and I imagine they do.
Exact same process. Yes,
Any major changes this year overall as compared to the last few years that people don't think of? That any bass change?
Let me grab that.
Oh, you just happen to have the whole code book, Ben?
First, I wanted to say, anybody, before you go anywhere, grab a book. They're available at all your sporting goods stores. And, we have a lot of different regs, a lot of different locations, and it's good to know before you go, you got to know.
Sure.
So, one thing I want to say, I run the Family Community Fishing Program, and I'm glad to announce we added 3 new spots this year, Lake Bentonville up in Bentonville, Arkansas, Paradise Lake in Jacksonville.
Now, for those people that might not know what you're talking about, these are city park ponds that you guys stock during the winter with trout and during the summer with catfish. So how many ponds total is that now? 30 or 40?
Yeah, I've got 35 ponds total statewide.
35 total statewide. That's just putting and taking, buddy. That's putting fish in the ponds and letting you go catch them. And if it wasn't for our fish hatchery system, very important there, isn't it?
Yeah, we are proud to give Ben in the neighborhood of 100
in those ponds.
Right.
That's a lot of fish.
It is. That's just catfish. We get almost that many trout as well.
Right. Hey, Colton, a lot of people bass fishing. I know I went to a tournament last weekend out at Maumelle, caught some pretty nice stringers of bass for this early in the year. Any changes? I know a lot of people won't know about 15-inch lengths limits and all that. Any changes this year?
Only 2 major changes in bass regs that went into effect January 1st. First one was removed the spotted length limit, or minimum length limit of 12 inches on spotted bass. They moved the minimum length limit, and also removed the slot limit on Lake Columbia down South Arkansas. Removed that slot limit. Went to a 10-fish creel, 10-fish bass. Okay. Only one of them can be over 20 inches.
This reminds me a lot of, we just got through talking to the hunting guys here, and we were talking about specific wildlife management areas or areas of zone. Same thing with fishing. You have to manage every different body of water differently because it requires. Now, you're over streams and rivers and bogs and things like that. A lot of people don't think about that. That's a good fishery.
Right now, then it'll be white bass, then it'll be bass, and then brim and catfish. I mean, it's all ready to explode.
The race is on because the crappie are moving up, the turkeys are gobbling. That's the problem. It all happens at once.
That's right.
How do you do it? The white bass run. Talk about that a little bit. I was at Maumelle. They were catching some white bass out there. Are white bass found everywhere?
No, but they're found in most of the big reservoirs.
Really?
Think of it, Beaver, DeGray, Ouachita, those big, and in the larger rivers, and they all make runs and
No,
easy to catch. And I know, Don gets a lot of those to spawn with stripers to make hybrids and things like that. But at the time, you can see them spawning, and it's nothing to catch 20 or 30. They're getting ready to do their thing too. So.
Well, and of course, again, the more information you can find out on this show about where to go. Think about it. If you're on one of those bodies of water, you want to find where a creek comes in because they're going to be trying to go up the creek. Now, what about the shad? Everything feeds on shad. The shad, we have a shad die-off. Is that how's the shad doing? Had some
threadfin shad. They died about when water temperatures reach about 40 degrees, and we've had a cold winter this winter. And I know in Lake Greason and also DeGray and some other bodies of water, we've had some indications of some threadfin shad die-offs. But again, with the spring rains, coming in April and May, the shad will do their thing and hopefully have a good spawn and replenish their population. So.
But that's a key to our fishery is the shad population. It's all about food source and habitat.
This time, so.
Now, bass really won't spawn. They're not moving in yet. When you named off all those things to start, but when do the bass start moving in to spawn?
Late 50s, early 60-degree water temps. They'll start coming in.
Water temperature's the key.
Yeah, and it's still pretty cold right now. It's probably most of our reservoirs still in the 40s. Maybe the low 50s right now. So yeah, we've had some cold winter.
So right now, if you were going to go walleye, like you said, they do the same thing as white bass. They run upstream to. Now, how many lakes have walleye fishermen out there catch them consistently?
Well, actually, Lake Hamilton. Ouachita is great. Greer's Ferry, Bull Shoals, all those have good walleye runs. So, yeah.
So right now,
and the Spring River has a big walleye run too, which is a lot of fun. So
trout's good to fish for year round.
Oh yeah.
So you're talking about crappie right now, getting ready. The whites are running, the walleye are running, the bass are staging up, getting ready to spawn. And later in the year, is that why are they so late? Why is brim fishing better during May and June?
Well, it's because they spawn more than once a year. For one thing, yeah, they're multiple spawners, or they can be. So you can catch bluegill in April, and then you can catch them a little later, and they're still spawning. So, and they're easy to catch, and I love to catch them too.
They're good to eat.
They are very good.
What have you guys been hearing out there so far? It is early. Ben, you've been to going to bass tournaments, I know, it's a couple of weeks, and we've had some weekends lately.
Yeah, I cover Maumelle. I'm here in Little Rock, Pulaski County, and we had that push of weather in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Everything was just getting right, and things were really starting to bite. White bass moving to the west end of the lake, pre-spawn to wanting to run up the river, and now this little cold shock's going to push them back. But the minute we get some more 60s and 70s and a little rain flow, it's going to be on.
All right, let me ask you a question. I was sitting in the office today, and I heard a phone call come in to my good buddy. I heard rumor that there was a big bass caught on Maumelle. Was it today or yesterday?
It was yesterday. There was actually a 9.5 pounder caught on an Alabama rig yesterday, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Did you get proof of that? That's Lake Maumelle, which is great. It's a great testament to us as a commission because that lake's not been known for its big bass.
It's been called the Dead Sea, but evidently it's rising.
It's coming back to life.
Well,
that's right.
I was out there last Saturday during that bass tournament, and they were bringing in bags of 20 plus. That's fine. And they're doing habitat work, managing a lake, which you guys do, all the lakes, and then it paying off like that. 9.5 pounder.
Good. Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
That'd be fun. All right, some hot spots. If you guys, we got just a few minutes left. If y'all were going to send somebody, let's say crappie fishing, I want you to give me a lake apiece of where you think a good crappie fishing lake would be, and I'm going to go on down the line with different species. Where would you send somebody crappie fishing?
Lake Greason.
Lake Greason.
Greason has been good.
Down south. I understand we've got a lot of PSs on them, and you got to have that shelter. Lake Greason, what about you?
I must say, right around here, Lake Conway is one of the best crappie lakes in the state.
That's true, and I know we've been doing some research there with you guys have about the crappie, and there's some nice slabs in Conway up around Gold Creek. Letting out these secrets, these are secret fishing holes.
Adams Lake area.
Adams Lake, Gold Creek. Okay, I got Lake Greason, Southwest Arkansas, Lake Conway. Right here next to Little Rock.
Arkansas.
Yeah, Central Arkansas. What about you, Colton? You crappie fish?
A little bit. I'd go down to Chico.
Get the bass in there. But yeah, there you go, Southeast Arkansas. Now, does that lake warm up faster, quicker down south than some of these
They
up north?
typically do, because it's got some color in the water, and it'll absorb the sunlight. Typically warm up sooner in South Arkansas compared to our northern reservoirs, yeah.
Pretty big lake down there.
7,000.
Chico, Lake Chico in southeast Arkansas. What about your favorite?
I'm going to go with Harris Break Lake.
Harris Break?
Over in Perryville. Yeah, I would say it's got the size of fish like you see in Conway without all the pressure.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
small lake, but it's really productive, and I've gotten the pleasure of running trap nets for crappie out there before.
Oh, now we're getting in on a little secret.
That's
here.
right.
What do you mean, trap nets for crappie?
That's one of our sampling techniques. We go out in the fall and winter and catch fish in these nets that they swim themselves into and can't get out, and that's how we sample crappie in shallow, these murky reservoirs.
We might want to make sure that you know they're all released. None of these go home to the frying pan. We do that single line sampling, don't they? I call these guys and ask them where they are, and they're saying they're taking single line sampling. No, yeah.
I went to another lake. DeGray Lake is an excellent crappie fishery. I live about 3 miles from it, and big fish.
DeGray's come along pretty quick because it's good for, well, I'll go ahead and ask it, bass. Let's talk about bass, the same thing. What's your favorite bass lake?
I'd have to go. I'm from Hot Springs, so I'm going to pick on the ones that are closer to that I hear about all the time, and I like Ouachita.
Yeah.
Ouachita's very good.
I mean, it's probably one of the top lakes in the state for everything, especially
all kinds of
recreation and
all kinds of things.
How many acres do you remember Lake Ouachita?
I want to say it's about 40,000.
40,000 acre lake, and we're blessed here in Arkansas to have things like that in Greer's Ferry and so forth. Your favorite bass lake? We're talking about largemouth. I know you like smallmouth.
I'm gonna say DeGray because I live right next to it. I'm a homer, but I've been there a lot, and I know it better.
But it does. I mean, they have a lot of bass tournaments there. And how many acres is DeGray roughly?
13,000.
13,000.
And it gets, of course, Texas and Oklahoma, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and there are hybrids out there. They start running and pretty good.
Don't forget the brim.
I will never forget the brim, Fella Pack. But what about you on bass?
I'm staying with Chico on crappie and bass, and if I really want to go catch a lunker fish, I'll hop up and go to Monticello. Okay. I'll try to catch that 10-pounder.
Where do you live, Cole?
Hot Springs.
Okay, so you don't live down here. I thought maybe you was just choosing something because that was close to your house, but you live in Hot Springs.
Now, I've done a lot of sampling in southeast Arkansas.
Okay,
so.
Folks, these guys are the ones you want to talk to when you want a fishing report because they're out there every day. The building to make recommendations about good fishing areas and fishing reports. I mean, you're out there every day, along with a lot of fishermen. They give us fishing reports too. All right, you're going to stay with Chico. What about you?
Since Philippek cheated and took 2 answers, I'm going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Bull Shoals is fishing really hot. I mean, they had some really good spawns about 6 and 5 years ago. And those fish are big now, and the pros were here last year, did great. They were raving about it. So Bull Shoals and Arkansas River. That's where I just love the Arkansas River. It's a lot of different kinds of habitats and things to fish, and it's a great spot.
That's a good point. Probably everybody drives across the Arkansas River going to one of these other places, which they're great. There are just so many neat places to fish in Arkansas. And I think that's why we do so well when our tournament fishermen go out of state, because we got all these different types of waters. They've had, regardless of where they go for the tournament, they fished it here in Arkansas at one time or another.
If I can throw in one quick story on Bull Shoal Lake, and I have to echo what Ben was saying a minute ago. We spent 4 hours one Saturday morning, 19 bass.
Wow.
In 4 hours.
Catch and release.
Yes, it was. We did. We didn't take a one home, but it was a blast.
It's just unbelievable. What average size bass you look at?
They were about 2-pound fish.
Good pullers there. That's good. Bass fishing is getting ready to turn on. Yeah.
Now, something we need to do is that there are places where you need to take bass out. You need to take bass because of a slot limit or whatever. Places we want the anglers to be taking some bass.
A good example of that may be Lake Monticello, where we started that many years ago, all catch and release, and really we've kind of gone overboard there. Now they're all getting stunted because everybody's putting all of them back. So it's a hard management tool. You do need to keep some bass. It can only support so many bass or fish in general. Hey, before we run out of time, I know you like streams and rivers, and I like smallmouth bass fishing too.
Boy.
If somebody out there would like to go smallmouth bass fishing, what's the best time, year, month to go, and where would you?
Just like Colton was saying, as temperatures getting up into the 50s and the lower 60s, that's when they're spawning too. So that's an excellent time to go. Really stream fishing from say April until October is good. You know, some of our best fishing has been in the summertime when there's not a lot of people out there because they think it's too hot or whatever. It's a great time to go. You know, Buffalo River, Kettle River, 11 Point, Saline, Crooked Creek.
Kings.
Oh yeah, Kings River is a
You're
double
leaving that out.
We won't even talk about that. People can go and fish without hardly any pressure. So we're blessed.
We really are here in Arkansas. And if you can't get to one of these places like we're talking about, go to good old Ben Batten down there. He's bringing them to you if you live in the city. Talk about that. When do you stop your trout? Because I know the water temperature gets too warm to support trout. When do you stop your trout stockings and start your catfish stockings?
It's funny you asked. We stopped yesterday, today. Last round trout went out. And 6 weeks trout are into March, right at the end of March, 1st of April.
Never stops. But there's a lot of trout in those ponds because you stock 700 to 1,000 trout, and the water's not going to get, it won't get warm enough to hurt till what, May?
Yeah, probably usually early May is about the time it hits the 70s, which is becomes intolerable for these rainbow trout.
Yeah. All right.
So it's important for them to get out and catch them out. They need to harvest some.
Bottom line is go fishing, right?
That's it.
All right. Guys, thank y'all so much for coming on, talking about fishing, giving us a little fishing forecast. I know you got mine out in there. Thank you, guys. Hey, folks, now you know why we call this show Hunting and Fishing in Arkansas. I want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. And remember to call and give us your opinions, 800-662-2386. You still have a minute or two to do that here in the studio. We have biologists here and wildlife officers answering your questions. Or you can go to our website, agfc.com, and take that survey call. Your opinion counts, because it does. Thank y'all for joining us. We see you.
Outdoor Hotline is made possible in part by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, AETN's partner in conservation.